Pyramids are some of the most fascinating structures. Teams of archaeologists have spent years trying to understand how and why they were built, and yet still in the modern day various questions remain unanswered. At least 118 Egyptian pyramids have been identified, with researchers saying that countries such as Sudan, Mexico, Italy, Iraq, Peru and several others also have pyramids. It's no secret that our planet has changed over the years, and this in turn has led researchers to say that various ancient civilizations have been lost to the depths. In fact, this isn't just a theory. Several ancient cities have been discovered by underwater archaeologists, with them saying that some of them can be found in Jamaica, India, Japan, China, Greece, Egypt and Argentina. It's for this reason that some have speculated that there's countless treasures and structures waiting to be discovered that are lying at the bottom of the oceans. One online user who was looking through Google satellite images reported they discovered 2 large pyramids, and this was off the coast of Canada, saying that when they zoomed in they could also see a large complex, and that it appeared to be part of the structures. The idea of there being civilizations that have been lost to the waves is nothing new. Researchers working at Lund University came forward and said they found a Stone Age civilization beneath the sea. This has caused some to be more open-minded when these types of discoveries are made, saying that there's likely many more ancient civilizations that are waiting to be discovered. Online users who have seen these images have said that underwater researchers should investigate them further, saying that they could unlock details about our past that we don't know about. One of the issues with carrying out research on things that are underwater is that they're difficult to reach, but underwater archaeologists have been vocal about the fact that some of these sites are of interest. What's interesting is that some of these underwater pyramids are found close to places that are well known for these structures. For example, last year someone found similar looking pyramids off the coast of Egypt, which led them to question whether other pyramids had been built in the region thousands of years ago, but that they're now submerged underwater. One example of a sunken city being found in Egypt is that of the lost city of Heraklion, also known by the name of Thonis, as given by the ancient Egyptian civilization. The lost city of Heraklion was described as that of a trade hub, located near the mouth of the Nile. It's due to this time with Greek mythologies that many archaeologists and experts believe the site to be solely mythological, as well as the fact that no such city had been recovered near the mouth of the Nile. Interestingly, this all changed in 1933, as an RAF commander flying over the region remarked about the ruins of a city under the waters. It would take around 6 decades before the French underwater archaeologist Frank Goudiot would find the ruins, and make the connection between the discovered ruins and the mythological city of Heraklion, proving legitimacy to not only the city's existence, but to the old mythologies and records of Greece. It's for this reason that amateur researchers have said that these structures could be legitimate, and that further study is needed. One underwater structure that's confused scholars is that of the mysterious Yonaguni monument, which can be found underneath Japan, with locals and researchers giving it the name of the Japanese Atlantis, saying that the ancient city was lost to the depths over 2,000 years ago. Masasaki Kamara, a marine geologist at the University of Japan, said that they've been diving at the site for over 15 years, and that teams of researchers are now closer to understanding its history. Masaki Kamara said that every time he dives down to the site he's more convinced that there's an ancient city just lying there, noting that the whole complex could be as old as 5,000 years. He said the following: "The largest structure looks to be a complicated monolithic step pyramid that rises from the depth of 25 meters or 82 feet. End quote. It was originally believed by ancient Japanese scriptures and legends that there was an undiscovered Yonaguni city, and it was located near the shores of the Yonaguni Islands. that used to be a potentially massive trade hub in the region. Unfortunately for archaeologists and experts, nothing had ever been recovered, and artifacts that would be common with the remains of an ancient city were never unearthed. It was due to this that many experts widely regarded these myths and legends as similar to that of the Japanese Atlantis, and believed the city to be fictitious in nature, due to its supposed massive size and potential for trade. However, it appears that due to recent discoveries, this could very well not be the case. Back in 1986, divers in the region discovered striking underwater rock formations that appear to be similar in design to megalithic structures seen in traditional Cyclopean masonry. It appeared by researchers to have been artificial in creation due to sharp edges, 90-degree angles and massive megalithic pillars in the region. Unfortunately, despite this proof, as well as work done by Dr. Masaki Kamara, proving that the formations are not naturally made and are definitely not man-made, the Japanese government and academics refuse to believe that any such structures exist, and attribute them to being naturally formed rock formations under the water. It's impossible for divers to visit the region in recent years, as the location has been deemed unsafe by the Japanese government, and no further research can be established. Some have said that due to the blatant efforts of covering up the incredible archaeological findings, many believe it to be an effort to conceal the truth regarding the ancient city, and the Japanese culture in fears that other governments and cultures may have legitimate land claims to the Japanese island. As of 2018, the Ocean Service have said that over 80% of our ocean is unexplored. Although many have said that space is one of the last unexplored frontiers, the argument could be made that our oceans also make that list. We've done a great job at mapping hard-to-reach regions on our planet, but haven't managed to research certain regions of our oceans. Various amateur researchers have come forward over the years with some strange discoveries, some of which they say prove that our oceans are much more mysterious than we make out. In conclusion, mainstream scientists have even admitted themselves that the oceans are mysterious in their own right. Large portions of our oceans still remain unexplored, and it's anyone's guess as to what could be lurking in their depths. So far, scientists have discovered over 242,500 marine species. However, it's been estimated that every year over 2,000 new oceanic species are discovered. With the oceans being so vast and widespread, it's likely that scientists and researchers will be making discoveries well into the future. They've done a great job at answering some of the ocean's mysteries, but it's important to keep an open mind about what could be lying in the depths. Who knows where the next discovery will lead us? There's been a growing number of individuals that have come forward with new theories surrounding the Mothman and the possible nature of the creature. Given the fact that the strange encounters surrounding the creature have always been key in determining a future impending disaster, this has led many to believe that it may not be supernatural in nature, but rather that of a scientific advancement. Originally, the Mothman creature was first encountered in that of the small town of Point Pleasant in West Virginia. These sightings continued up until the collapse of the Silver Bridge, a tragedy that led to many people being injured and even more losing their lives. Interestingly, premonitions of this event occurred to many people in the town, of whom also spoke of encountering the Mothman prior to the collapse. After the encounters witnessed in the town of Point Pleasant back in 1966 to 1967, the Mothman creature would not return for another couple of decades, in which reported sightings of the creature were seen throughout the Soviet Union, but concentrated around the town of Pripyat and that of the Chernobyl power plant. In the months leading up to the Chernobyl incident in 1986, the workers at the Chernobyl power plant noticed the same creature reported throughout the town of Pripyat, and said it was hovering over the plant, and sometimes even resting on the larger towers and areas of construction. What grew even more perplexing for the workers were the reported number of incidents, of which people often claimed to have experienced harrowing nightmares of the creature that would manifest into threatening phone calls from unknown numbers calling them all throughout the night, almost in a way to warn them about the impending dangers of the nuclear power plant. Many other claims that have come forward surrounding the creation provide predictions and premonitions to tragedies wherever it's sighted, leading some to believe that perhaps the Mothman is actually a time traveler in disguise. This would lead credence to the theory, as many have claimed to have seen the Mothman using electricity to vanish, possibly teleporting through space and time. One of the most interesting things about this creature that many aren't aware of is that it's still being sighted. One eyewitness reported seeing the creature above their house. They said the following: "I was taking pictures of the house and block as I do 2 to 3 times a year. I like to do this because I like to see how the house and shrubs change. As I was taking the pictures, I noticed that one picture had a clear sky in it, while another had an object in it. When the eyewitness shared the images, various different theories were put forward to try and explain what this was, with some saying that it looked like the mythical Mothman, while others said that it could have been a bat. Although bats can grow to 5 feet in length, the two look different when they're flying in the sky, as bats usually have V-shaped wings that are more narrow. Others pointed out that it looked like a giant moth, while cryptid researchers said that everything about this photograph matches that of the Mothman. Interestingly, for years now, everyday people have been coming forward with their stories of the Mothman, but as with many of these cases, those who encountered the creature wasn't quick enough to capture the event on camera, meaning that all they have to go by is their memory, and most don't believe that the event happened. This is one of those rare cases where the eyewitness didn't encounter the creature, but managed to accidentally capture it in the background of one of their images. Not everyone thinks the Mothman is good though. Some believe the creature is a bad omen. Point Pleasant holds an annual Mothman festival that recognizes the myth and draws many tourists to the local economy. A similar creature, or possibly the same one, was seen in New Haven, West Virginia. Allegedly, when 18-year-old Connie was driving home from church service, she saw a large grey figure 7 foot high, and it was standing at the roadside. It had the characteristic big bright red eyes. The creature then spread its wings and lifted into the sky. Not long ago, back in 2017, Mothman sightings had seemingly transitioned to Chicago. Lon Strickler tracks sightings on his website. They observed that by the second week in August in 2017, there were almost 30 sightings of a large flying humanoid in Chicago. Stickler then became interested in the Mothman phenomena after he allegedly encountered the creature as a child in Pennsylvania. The 2017 sightings were the most reports that he'd ever received in such a short time span. Interestingly, most of them occurred near Lake Michigan. A couple who were walking around North Lake Short Drive around 9:20 p.m. observed the winged cryptid swooping from the sky and flying towards them. Slowly descending in front no more than 25 feet away, it hovered around 5 feet from the sidewalk, with its wings spread open as it peered at the couple with large bright eyes. Several people on the other side of the street, including a delivery van driver, reacted with shrieks and terrified screams. The creature hovered for around 10 seconds, then swiftly pulled the wings into its body and shot up quickly into the night sky. Another sighting occurred in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood, where 2 police officers, a journalist, and a group of other witnesses saw a dark shadow with wings, saying that it was standing on top of a building. Within 1 day, similar Mothman sightings occurred in both Melrose Park and River Forest, but these sorts of sightings are no way restricted to American territory. A group of 4 friends were outside walking home from a dance in Kent, which is in the United Kingdom, on November 16, 1963, when they heard a loud crackling sound. When they followed the sound, they saw a large humanoid figure with bat wings, saying that it was emerging from the nearby branches. Those who have encountered the creature are adamant about what they saw, and have said that it doesn't match any creature known to science. So what do you make of this mysterious photograph? Do you think it shows the Mothman, or is it a creature known to science that's being misidentified? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.